Why are we here? All right. So there's two parts of getting a real estate license. One part is you have to complete 3 college level courses in real estate. You don't have to go to college, but there are college level courses. The Bureau, it's required for you to take the real estate exam. That part of the course is $99 of what you paid goes to that part. There's real estate principles, real estate practice, and real estate finance. They will not allow you to do them all at once, and you cannot finish a course until 18 days has elapsed from the time you enrolled and started the course. Now, by enrolling, once you've signed up, you're going to get an email from Career Web School. I'll explain where all the components come from, saying that you're enrolled. You need to log into the website, because logging into the website actually starts the timer, right? If you don't log into the website, the timer doesn't start and the 18 days doesn't start counting. Once you've logged into the website, you will download the textbook. The textbook is a PDF or an ebook. If you're interested, if you're old school and you want an actual book, I've got links. I'm going to show you how that works once you've logged in, where you can buy the book from Amazon. I would send you to a bookstore, but we don't have any anymore, right? Isn't it right? Now the book, sometimes people say, don't I want the book? Don't I need the book? Isn't it going to be good to have the book? These books are not practical or useful guides for the sale of real estate, right? You understand? Once you're done, you won't have any real use for the book. The only test, one of the differences between our course, the program I use, and other programs out there is the hassle of completing them. Many of the competitors, one guy is local, uses a program, most of these are done by third parties, where in order for you to get through the course, you have to log in, you have to read a couple of pages of text on the screen and then take a quiz. If you don't pass the quiz, you have to go back and read it again and take the quiz again. There are more than 50 quizzes for each section to get through this. And I've had many people that have gone through that program who just gave up, right? Because it was so painful to get through this course. The course that we use is one test. After 18 days, it's a final exam. It's a test you can take at home, online, open book, and cheat as much as you want to, right? At home, online, open book. And you get 2.5 hours to get 60 out of 100 questions correct. Did I mention it was an open book test? Did I mention that?
Yeah.
Right, so if it's a PDF, you can search the PDF, right? Does everybody understand if you do Control F or Command F, depending on what religion you are, right? You know, it'll bring up a little find box. So if it's a question on RESPA and you don't remember anything about RESPA, you do Control F, RESPA, and hit find. It'll eventually take you to every place that RESPA is mentioned in the book, and you'll find the part that answers the question, and you pick the answer and you go on. You could pass this test right now, because if we gave you the book in 2.5 hours, you could look up 60 answers in the 2.5 hours. Does everybody understand? This is not a difficult. I've actually had people that told me they forgot to download the book. They never read the book, and they just went to my classes and Google searched for answers. They just, Wikipedia, they would just look up adverse possession and answer enough questions to pass the test. Now, people ask me, does your course follow the format of Principles, Practice, and Finance, the 12 classes? And the answer is no. And then people say, why not? And the answer is it's impossible, because Principles and Practice are 80% identical material. Right? They're the same stuff, some of the same chapters, some of the same diagrams, same examples. 80%, they're just a duplicate of each other. And 60% of what's in finance is found in Principles and Practice. You understand? This isn't like taking 3 distinct college classes like psychology, biology, and philosophy, right? Where there's very little overlap in the textbooks. These are pretty much rehashing the same things over and over again. While you're doing that, you're going through the live classes. You don't do this and then go through the live classes. You want to do this as fast as possible. Do you understand if you do these classes as fast as possible, it'll take 7.5 weeks to get through the 3 college level courses. Right? They will not allow you to take the final until 2.5 weeks has elapsed. You can't do 2 of them at the same time. Right? Or you can, but you have to take 5 weeks to take the finals. Right? So that's 7.5 weeks, and you can't apply for the state exam until you've gone through the 3 college level courses. They want copies of the certificates when you apply. It's right now running about 8 weeks to get a test date. So you don't want to drag that part out. Take the final. It's an online open book. Cheat. Get through it. Go on to the next course, because you're not going to be taking the test anytime soon. While you're doing all that, come to the live classes. I'm not covering the material for the college. Do you know why I'm not doing the college level course? Because in order to do a college level course, I would need to have 15 3-hour classes. If I did all 3 college level courses, each one would require 15 3-hour classes. I don't want to do that. The other thing about the college level textbooks are, I, by the way, in a different lifetime had gotten a course approved for real estate principles credit, and I learned through that process that the Bureau of Real Estate has a rule that says that the textbook has to be at least 400 pages long with an average of 300 words on a page. I'm not making this up. So you send them the book, and they have a person that randomly picks out pages in your textbook, counts how many words are on the page, then looks through your book to see how many pages of text you have. They don't give you credit for forms, pictures, graphs, and charts. And then they figure out, well, you've got X number of pages with text and so many words on a page, and they multiply the two, and if it comes up to a minimum number, your course is approved. If it's less, your course is rejected. Do you understand? They don't read the book, right? Do you understand that? Nobody actually reads your book. They weigh the book. So one of the problems with the state exam is that each textbook is like 500 pages long. So, and they include a lot of stuff that's not going to be on the state exam. Why? I actually had people say, why do you have all this stuff if it's not going to be on the test? And the answer is because I have to have 400 pages with an average of 300 words on a page. You've got to load the book up with stuff, right, just to make the weight requirements. So that's all on one side. What I do in these classes and the handouts I give you are what we know the Bureau of Real Estate finds important for the test. Right? And if it's not something that's on the test, I'm not going to talk about it. If it's on the test, I'm going to talk about it. They're all recorded. You can watch them as often as you can stand it. You can take them remotely. Many people were doing that. After each class is practice testing. I'll show how that works. Comprehensive testing after all classes, and there's a Saturday workshop before you go take the test. Right? A deal for $398. How many of you have seen my Yelp reviews? Right? You should check them out, right? There are 12 classes. They rotate. You can start with any one, take them in any order, repeat them as often as you need to. After number 12 is number 1. They just keep going in a circle. They're like a pizza with 12 slices. There's no first piece. It's just got 12 pieces. They're independent modules. They do not build on each other. When you come to class, I do not assume you've read anything in advance. I do not assume you've been to another class. The college level material comes from an affiliate called Career Web School, who's on the list of approved providers by the Bureau of Real Estate. I've had people tell me, you're not on the list. I know I don't want to be on that list, right? Because it's just for the college credit. I'm doing the license training classes here, and the practice testing comes from another company called the Real Estate Trainers, who I've been using for a long time. People are asking me, when do I recommend you apply for the state exam? As soon as you've gone through the 3 college level courses. The way you apply is by telling them you want to be notified when you're approved, and then you can pick the test date. Right? There's paragraph 10 on the application. You can check a box that says notify me when I'm when I'm approved to take the test, and then they'll send you a letter that says you're approved, and you can log into their website and pick the test date you want. Right? You'll have plenty of time to get ready. You could take an extra week or 2. To show you how this works, if if you haven't enrolled and you want to know how to enroll, which I know all of you that haven't enrolled are thinking about, how do I enroll? You would click on the sign up now button, and there's two parts to the enrollment. One part is my license preparation part, and the other part is the college level courses with Career Web Schools. Those are two separate parts. One of them is $299, the other one is $99, and it has to be separate. Let's say you've already done that and you want to access the course materials. I would go to student login. And once you've got there, you're going to be asked to put in a username which you picked and a password which you picked. If you don't remember your username or password, you see this button, it says lost your password. And if you can remember your email address, it'll email you your password. Now, if you can't remember your password, should you write me an email saying I don't remember my password? Should you call Jennifer and tell her you've lost your password and you don't know what to do? Or should you click on I've lost my password and let them email you your password? How about that? The system that I use does not allow us to look and see what your password is. I can reset it, but I can't read what you pick. So you click that button. So if you've done this and you log in, let me go through here, find one that, this is a student login. This is what you'll see when you log in. A login welcome page. We've actually had people call us and say, because I changed the layout a little bit, I've had people call and say, I don't see where I can watch the videos. How do I watch the videos? I'd like you to just take a look at the screen for a second and ask yourself, where would you click if you wanted to watch the videos? We've actually said, how about and what people had done is they just clicked on some other button looking for it and couldn't find their way back. So that's where all the class videos are. If you click on that, it'll open a new page. So if you lost that page, it's still there. And here are links to all the classes. They're all there. I've included a math workshop because people ask me about it. And it's not a recent recording of me, but they don't have math questions on the test, right? But there's a math workshop, there's a handout that goes with it, and I'm going to explain more than you ever wanted to know about math. Now, if you want to change your password, how about clicking there? Again, it's watch class videos. When you sign up, within a day or so, we register you for Real Estate Trainers online practice testing. People will say, I don't know where that link is. I can't figure out how to do the practice testing. That's Real Estate Trainers online practice testing. If you click on that link, here's an explanation of how the practice testing works. Notice here's a link to where the practice testing is online. Your username is your email address and your password is your last name. Now, hopefully you don't have to call us to ask us how. Your username is your email address and your password is your last name, right? And it's all lowercase, it's case sensitive. It shouldn't be that difficult. However, I've included their phone number just in case. Just in case, let me pick another one. Just in case I've got, so let's see. All right, so this is what it looks like when you've logged into the practice testing. There are subject tests. See when we click on that, see this list? Now, financing land contract, FHA, and VA loans. That sort of sounds like what we talked about tonight, doesn't it? So you might want to click on it. It's not a perfect match for the classes, but I try to follow it fairly easily. When you click on that, you're going to see that there's a series of tests. You say, take this test. You're going to be given a series of tests about land contracts and FHA and VA loans. So you should be doing this while you're going through the course. Then when you've done all 12 classes, there's master exams. One of them is with answers and the other one is for you to take. Now, the difference between the two is that there's 150 question practice tests, and some people gave up. And they would panic and they'd say, there's no way I can get through all 650. Can you just tell me the answers so I can read the questions and answers? So they put a section with that just has the answers. My suggestion would be take the 6 master exams to practice it. And then there's a simulated state test and a glossary. So if you want to look up, by the way, Google is pretty good at finding the definitions to words too, but there's a glossary. And one of my favorites, much of the real estate exam is vocabulary, is mix and match. Right? This is, I think, a lot of fun. So what they do is they give you these terms here, and you have to drag. So a contract between the owner and the tenant setting forth conditions on which the tenant may occupy and use the property, that sounds like a lease. Having legal competence to sign a binding contract, that sounds like capacity. A lease given by a lessee, that sounds like a sublease. Where a pledge is the security for debt is sold to the debt in the event of defaultment of payments. I think that's probably a foreclosure. And a principle of appraisal amount, that looks like conformity. And it says, yay, aren't you happy that I got all of them right? Isn't that at least a little reassuring? And then you click on new terms, and you can do this and match them up. Doesn't that look like fun? Doesn't that look like fun? And what on the state exam, you need to get 70% of them right in order to pass. How well, eventually, do you want to be doing on this testing? 70% or more? If you were going to hire a pilot to fly you over the mountains, would you want them to do more than barely miss the tops, right? So we want you to get a minimum of 80 before you go take the state exam, right? No one who's gotten over 80% on all this testing has failed the real estate exam, right? That I know, not that's gone through my course. I'm just saying no one, right? So when people don't pass, they say, what testing, right? That's usually the first, testing? Oh, no, I didn't do any of that. Oh yeah, well I did one guy said I did 2 master exams, that's it, one time, right? You might pass taking 2 of our master exams once, but there used to be an old commercial that said some things were better the second time around. This is not one of those things, right? So if you go through the practice testing until you're getting 80 to 90% right, you're going to get a real estate license. Now, going back to the welcome page, some people say to me, I don't remember how to log into the Career Web School. I lost that email too. Here I put their logo, and here I put the link. If you click on either one of them, it's going to take you to their login. And if you've forgotten your password, should you call Jennifer and I up on the phone and say, I forgot my password to Career Web School, or send us an email that says, we get this all the time. How about click on I forgot my password, and they'll send you the password. If you want the college level textbooks, because the PDF isn't good enough, you want the real textbooks, you might be able to find them at a library. If you want to order them, I have located the actual textbooks on Amazon, which is the only bookstore I know of. And you can see this is the principal's book. It's a 4.5-star rated book. You can buy old ones. You can rent them. I don't really care. If you really want to get one of the textbooks, there's the textbooks. If all you've enrolled in is the Exam Success Workshop, there's materials there for that. Otherwise, don't worry about that until you're about to go take your test. Those people don't have access to all the videos. If for some reason you've clicked on something and you've gone away from this page and you can't figure out how to find it, right? I've had people, how do I find the page? I have a button that says enrolled students. If you click on that button, it takes you back to that page. Right? So you can find it again. Yes?
So you have the videos. Are there any just audio clips?
No, this video. You could close your eyes,
I'm just wondering, while I'm driving.
turn off your screen.
I mean,
You can listen to them. I mean, most of the videos. I'm moving to a new Amazon S3 web storage, which is an HTML5 storage, which means it works on cell phones and stuff. Not all the videos are in that format yet, but most of the videos you could watch on a cell phone or listen to, right? Just turn the phone around so you can't see me. Right, but you could hear them, yeah.
Do you recommend to download this on the iPad or?
You can, the new videos are being put in this storage that works on just about any device. The others are part of the website, and sometimes people have difficulty. But the videos that from lesson 1 all the way up to this one are in this format that Amazon controls, which works on everything. And so I've had people go through the whole course on an iPad.
Okay.
Right, it's possible to watch it. Well, the iPad shouldn't have any trouble with these videos. This is a WordPress site, which works fairly well on everything. It's just that the video hosting is better now that Amazon's got it.
I was wondering about the test, the $99 one.
Oh, the $99, that one, I'm not sure that if you can take that on an iPad. There isn't a lot.
You just have to have a browser that would accept it. So Safari and Chrome don't accept it.
Oh, so what except-
Firefox and,
Oh, it's called Puffin. It's a browser you have to pay for a lot of times.
I don't
You
know.
said we have to print out a certificate, right?
Well, the certificate they give you at the end of the college level course is a PDF that you can print.
Okay. That's what I'm
Right.
saying, we have to print it.
Right. You can, you might want to borrow a computer to log in once, download the PDF, which now you could read on an iPad or any device. It's just a PDF. And then take the final on a regular computer.
Okay.
And then you don't need to worry about the formatting. These final exams, the way they're given, the kind of software they're using has not always been the most mobile friendly.
And one last question before I head out. How many questions are on those 3 exams that we have to take? Did you say 100?
The three tests that you have to get for the final, there's about 100 questions. One of them is like 98 or 99 for some reason, I don't know. But let's say 100 questions. They expect you to get a D- in order to pass.
You're talking about the college.
The college level courses,
College ones, yeah.
60 out of 100.
And we take those first so that we can qualify.
You do all of this together, but you can't apply for the test until you finish those 3 courses.
Okay.
So what you want to do, if you've enrolled tonight, log into Principles. And that starts the clock and download the PDF.
Can you show us that again?
Well,
You, let me see, you click on Career Web School. Do I have a login for Career Web School? I'm not sure. Let's see. I may not have yeah. So I do have a login for Career Web School, which has expired. But what you would do is when you log in, yours won't say that it expired last year, but it would say Real Estate Principles, and over here it would have a Start Course button. And you click on that, and then that starts the clock. It's really simple once you've logged in. It starts the clock, and there'll be a link, download the textbook, and you click on it, and it's a PDF that downloads to your computer.
Which hyperlink did you click to get here?
I went to either this button that says Career Web School or this button that says, this text that says Career Web School login. Either one of those, and then once you're there, it's pretty easy to figure out what to do.
Yeah, that's what starts the timer out.
That's what it's logging in, and not only logging in here, but clicking on the Principles course to start it. They want you to log into the Principles course. That starts the clock. That doesn't mean you have to take the exam in 2.5 weeks, but it means you can take the exam 2.5
So
weeks.
you recommend that we click it?
You click it and start the clock. You can take longer. Now, they're only going to give you 6 months to get through the college level courses. You shouldn't, my experience has been the people that drag this out often don't finish,
Okay.
right? And so you don't want, this isn't something you want to drag out for 6 months. Log in, download, when that time comes, go just take it. You can cheat, right?
So
We
the
can't-
fastest, from the day that we start, that we click on that, till the day that we can apply to take our actual test is 54 days.
Three 18-day periods, that's correct. Right.
So 18 days from the first one, you have to wait for the next
Right.
number 2 to do 18 more days.
Right.
The second test test.
That's right, then another 18 days, and only then can you actually apply to take the state test. When you get to that part, come in and talk to us. The forms are confusing.
Okay.
And Jennifer and I have had some experience filling them out. If you make a mistake on the forms to take the test, they're going to wait a month to send them back to you and say, please redo this section. Right? So it's a lot better to just let us look at it just to make sure that remember, think of these people like the Department of Motor Vehicles. They are unforgiving. Right? If you miss a box, don't fill out one part, they'll just slowly send them back. Right? But they're in no hurry to do that.
And you're saying 2.5 weeks to do one, or wait 5 weeks to do?
Just do them one at a time, 2.5 weeks. The timer, you need to log in, and then after 2.5 weeks, they'll let you start the next one. But you don't let them build up. Just do the
Every
first.
2.5 weeks, just do another one.
Just do another one.
Okay.
And while you're doing it, come to my classes. You're going to find my classes cover pretty much the same stuff. I'm not focused on explaining things that are not relevant or useful, right? And that's to some degree a lot of the college level courses.
And we could just keep coming no matter what.
You can repeat these classes as often as you can stand it.
Okay.
And the website